Welcome. You are in the lab room. I'm your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me here on week number 8, the National Football League, breaking down every single matchup of week number 8. And I saved the best for last. This is the second epic battle that the Dallas Cowboys have participated in this season, and the second one they have fallen short in. So it's a little extra incentive for me being a Redskins fan. Always fun to watch the Cowboys play a heck of a game and fall short at the end. But I just love watching football. I love seeing great football games, and this constitutes a great football game. Detroit Lions, Dallas Cowboys, Lions at home, coming into this game having lost last week to the Cincinnati Bengals at home. They wanted to get this one, get back on track, get back in the winner's circle. Cowboys coming off of an impressive win on the road within the division at the Eagles. And so Cowboys looking to build more momentum. They now sit atop the NFC East by their lonesome, over 500 for the first time in a while. So now the Cowboys are feeling good about themselves. Someone's going to be 4-4 at 500 after this game. If you're the Detroit Lions, it can't be you. After coming into last week's game at 4-2 and staring two home tilts in the face, you can't come out of that home stretch at 0-2 and big picture at 4-4, not after coming into that home stretch at 4-2. You've got to get this one at home if you are the Detroit Lions. Let's break this thing down. This was a whale of a ball game. A lot of fireworks were expected in this game, and for the first maybe 30, 35, 40 minutes per se of this game, it was anything but. And we'll talk about why that was here in this breakdown. Let's get to it. I mean, this was a great football game. If you're a football fan, this is exactly what you sign up for on a Sunday afternoon right here. This is some good stuff. So, huge play by Megatron. Heavens to Megatron! Gets the scoring started in this football game. 87-yard slant. And it was funny because as they were talking about the Dallas Cowboys defense, and they were talking about the corners and them wanting to be aggressive with Calvin Johnson, and as soon as they mentioned that, he bust off the slant, stiff arms Brandon Carr, gets by the safety, and he's off to the races. 87 yards. He gets tackled at about the 4-yard line or so. And the Lions can't get in the end zone. It's fourth down, big decision to make. You get all the way down there. You've got the crowd involved. You feel like coming away with the field goal doesn't do the 87-yard slant any justice. You feel like if we kick a field goal here, the Cowboys have won. Not the game. Just they've won at that moment, okay? They didn't win the battle, or excuse me, they didn't win the war. They just won the battle, if you know what I'm saying. And so you feel like I need a touchdown here to validate that 87-yard slant. I need a touchdown to get this thing jump-started, and so they went for it. And who else? Who better to finish off this drive than the man that created this drive himself? Heavens to Megatron in the end zone on another slant, as if they didn't learn their lesson the first time. I don't know what they were doing on this slant. Guys, kill me. Okay, you're in the end zone. You're playing coverage. Why are you 7 yards off the ball if the other team only needs 3 yards? I don't understand it. I'll never understand for the life of me why you're not playing press coverage, why you're not up closer. Your feet should be on the goal line. You shouldn't be 2 yards into the end zone. I didn't get it. Orlando Scandrick wasn't even close. Calvin Johnson runs the slant. I think he was anticipating fade. He got slant. He was fooled. Either way, 7-0, Detroit Lions on top early in this football game. So this is a theme that I'm about to mention. This is a theme in this football game. You'll see what I'm talking about here. Lions turn it over. Interception by Sean Lee ends a Lions drive. The Lions were moving the football up and down the field at will in this game. We'll talk about it a little bit later. But Sean Lee, to me, hands down, one of the best inside linebackers in the game today. This guy has a knack for being around the football, has a nose for the football, and he makes plays. They showed us that he leads the league in interceptions in the last, I want to say, 3 seasons since he's entered the league. I mean, this guy is a stud. Sean Lee he's a football player, and this guy can get it done. Flat out get it done. Pound for pound, you won't find a better coverage linebacker in the league than Sean Lee. He gets it done. Now, look, those guys out in San Francisco might have something to say about that, but I tell you what, give me Sean Lee any day. That's one white boy that can play some football. I'll tell you that much right now. Sean Lee can play some linebacker for you, and he got it done in this game, and he has gotten it done throughout his career. Gets another interception, ends a Lions drive that looked like it was going to result in some sort of points. Sean Lee puts that to rest, leads to a Dan Bailey 53-yard field goal, and that came on the heels of an Ndamukong Suh penalty. He jumped off sides on about a 3rd and, I want to say, 4. Gave them an automatic first down with the 5-yard penalty. They end up getting a field goal to the Cowboys. They would have been slightly out of range because the next pass ended up being incomplete. Matter of fact, it was 3rd and 7. His penalty made it 3rd and 2. They incomplete the pass, but that 5-yard penalty took it from 58 yards and probably a punt to a 53-yard attempt that Dan Bailey pounded home. So, big penalty on Ndamukong Suh gives the Cowboys their first opportunity for points, and they take advantage. It's 7-3. Detroit's still up in this football game. Now we're closer to halftime, and the Lions are moving the football again. And here goes that man, mama. Here goes that man. Another interception by Sean Lee. This time a 74-yard return sets up a 4-yard Dez Bryant TD grab. It's 10-7. That was a heck of a play by Sean Lee. Actually, the cornerback, Brandon Carr, really made this play. He deflected the football away from Calvin Johnson, right into the waiting arms of Sean Lee. Again, this guy has a nose for the football, bounces into his waiting arms. He takes off, finds a couple of blockers, gets down the field, almost scores a touchdown. It doesn't matter. Dez Bryant makes one heck of a catch. And this is why this guy is such a dynamic receiver and such a huge threat for this Cowboys team. This was one of the best catches you'll see. I mean, he literally caught it with one hand, had it behind his back, and cradled it. He's such a strong guy. Cradles the football behind his back like this and yanks it down and gets the touchdown over not one, 2 Lions defenders. I don't know what you can say. I don't know what you can do to defend that kind of catch. I mean, it wasn't the best throw in football. He wasn't in the best position, but he got it done because he's such a specimen. And so Dez Bryant gets it done. It's 10-7. Cowboys lead the game. And that's the score at the half. 10-7. Dallas lead. And they had been thoroughly dominated in this first half. But 2 interceptions by Sean Lee thwart Lions drives, take points off the board, and in the meantime, and in the process, put points on the board for the Cowboys. So this was an eye-popping stat for me. At halftime, Dallas, 95 total yards. Detroit, 254 total yards. That kind of tells the story right there. But this first half, kind of going through the motions. Turnovers, some things happen, but not a lot of fireworks, not a lot of points, 10-7. Cowboys really have been stifled on offense. They've been insignificant on the offensive side of football. Meanwhile, Detroit marches up and down the field, but they can't seem to get out of their own way to turn the football over. So Cowboys own the lead at the half, even though they're dominated. And 95 yards tells the story. They didn't do anything. They couldn't run the football. They couldn't sustain offense, weren't picking up third downs. Lions were dominating the game everywhere but where it counted most, which is the scoreboard. So we get to the second half. Lions driving for points early in the second half. Here we go again. This is a theme with this game and the Detroit Lions. Lions driving for points early in the second half when Reginald Bush puts it on the floor. This one really egged me. This turnover right here was so avoidable. This was so unnecessary on so many different levels. Reginald decided that he was the man. Okay, so he breaks a run. He goes up the middle. Everyone kind of packs in the middle like sardines. He bursts, breaks that run outside. And, man, it looks good. Looks like some daylight out here. He switches ball hand to the outside hand, which is perfect technique. This is what you teach the kids in Pop Warner and Pee Wee football. Take that football. If you're running to the outside, switch it to the outside arm so that if something happens, if you fumble, most likely, you're not guaranteed anything, but if you fumble, most likely ball's going to go out of bounds. So he did everything right except holding the football. I don't know what Reggie thought this was. I don't know what Reginald thought he was getting himself into. Maybe he thought, hey, this is a white safety. His name is Heath. I've never heard of him. He's a rookie, first start in the NFL. Maybe I can pull one over him. Maybe I can hold the ball like a loaf of bread and use my other hand to stiff arm him and put him out of the way and keep running. I don't know what Reginald thought was going to happen, but he decided that it was an okay idea to hold the ball in his hand like a loaf of bread, as if he was still at SC. You're not in college. You're not playing against Oregon State. This isn't Washington State. Okay? Put the football away. This is the National Football League. What are you doing, Reginald? And so the young safety, Heath, knocks the football right out of Reggie's hand. What did he think was going to happen? When you're dangling a football in front of the man's face like a carrot, what did you think he was going to do? Not grab it? Not knock it out of your hand? And so Reggie fumbles the football. What are you doing, Reginald? What are you doing? So ball lands on the turf. Cowboys pounce on it. Another Lions drive ended abruptly with a turnover. And this one, no excuse for it. None whatsoever. So I don't know what Reginald was thinking on this play. All I could do was laugh because Reggie was outside of his mind for a second. I don't know what the rationale, but from switching the ball from your inside hand to the outside hand, which is great, to just saying, all right, I'm going to just hold the ball. And he went Walter Payton on me, except without holding on to the ball. So that was a crazy sequence for me. Cowboys get the football back. They don't do anything with it, though. But you took more points off the board. You were driving for more points. So third turnover on a Lions drive that had promise that looked like points were going to be the result. Nevermore. So Lions get the football back, and here they go. They going right back down the field. I mean, they've been doing it all game long. Unbelievable. At this point now, I'm floored. I'm in disbelief at what I'm seeing because I'm seeing a team dominate another team, yet have absolutely nothing to show for it. And it's rare. Normally, you see a team dominating another team, they're getting field goals or, maybe the other team is scoring some points to kind of offset what they're doing, and so the scoreboard doesn't reflect what this team is doing, marching up and down the field. I'm watching a team take the football each and every single time, march it up the field, only to result in a turnover. This is crazy. Unbelievable. Another Detroit, and when they started fumbling like this, no longer are they the Detroit Lions, it's Detroit. Another Detroit drive ended, this time, a fumble. And you want to know who the culprit was? Unbelievable. Harvard's the Megatron. He catches the ball over the middle. He spins away from a defender, gets hit, and the ball pops up like a punt. I said, wow, this can't be good. This can't be good. This must not be the Detroit Lions day. Detroit is in some trouble. Wow. I was speechless at this point because, again, the Lions are dominating offensively. They're running the football. They're having success. Reginald is picking his spots. Joyke Bell is coming off the bench and giving them some quality snaps. Megatron is doing his thing. I'm just speechless at this point because they can't get out of their own way. They are their own worst enemy in this game at this point. Their fourth turnover of the game. Unbelievable. Hubbard's the Megatron puts it on the ground. And that's so unlike him. That's so uncharacteristic of him. At this point, Dan Bailey goes down, kicks another field goal for the Cowboys after that fumble. It's 13-7 in a game that the Cowboys have been thoroughly dominated in. They're up by 6. Unreal. Lions, as they have done all game, move the football down the field with ease. Headlined by Heavens to Megatron. But don't get in the end zone where they have to settle for a field goal. It's now 13-10. So at least the Lions this time didn't implode and turn the football over. At least they got something for their troubles. Even though they didn't get a touchdown, they didn't take the lead. At least they chipped into the lead and they didn't turn the football over. It's now 13-10 Cowboys. Cowboys finally get it going offensively via a Terrence Williams 60-yard touchdown catch. It's 20-10. And it's funny. Let me give you a little backstory on this play. I was watching this game live as it happened, and I looked at the cushion that rookie Darius Slay was giving Terrence Williams on this play, and I said, man, he is so far off the ball. What is up with that? You know, I'm looking at this rookie from Mississippi State. This is a sub 4.4 guy. I'm like, you got speed. Sure, Terrence Williams is a big guy. Sure, he can run. So can you. You need to come up a little bit, man. What are you giving this guy 12 yards of cushion for? I thought they were going to throw the hitch, is what I thought. I said, you're asking for a hitch to be thrown on your head or a 4-yard stop. And if you miss the tackle, he's got space. I didn't anticipate the slant coming, but I anticipated something quick because he was giving up so much space. And I was staring right at that the whole entire snap. Before they snapped the ball, I said, man, you might want to come up a little bit, Darius. You're playing way too far off. And as soon as I said that, they snap the ball. He runs a slant. They get it to him. And Slay doesn't stand a chance because he's so far off. Williams catches it, cuts up the field. He turns up, and Darius Slay takes a horrific angle. But his angle would have been beaten anyway because Terrence Williams caught this ball in stride. Tony Romo did a beautiful job of laying it out in front of him to catch it in stride on the run, dead sprint. Nothing Darius Slay could do about it because he was 12 yards off the ball. He's off to the races. Nobody's catching Terrence Williams. He's going at 60-yard touchdown. It's 20-10 in a game that you were thoroughly dominated. Statistically, you're down by 10. Unreal. So, Lions respond with a gorgeous 7-play, 80-yard, 4-minute drive capped by a Joyce Bell 1-yard touchdown plunge, and it's now 20-17. So, like I said, Lions have done what they wanted to do in this game at will. It's finally good to see them get a touchdown at the end of one of these drives. So now they've cut into that Cowboys lead, and now it's a 3-point game at 20-17. Dwayne Harris continues to be dynamic as a return man, as his electrifying return leads to a 50-yard Dez Bryant touchdown strike. It's 27-17. So you look at Dwayne Harris and what he's been able to do this season and what he's been as a return man for the Cowboys since he's taken over the duties. I don't know if there's many better than him in the league right now. I mean, Trenton Holiday and what he's doing out in Denver might have something to say about that. But I'll tell you what, Dwayne Harris is a problem. And if you're brave enough to kick him the football, just know that you're running the risk of giving up a huge return. It doesn't have to be for a touchdown. As in this case, this wasn't a touchdown. This was a huge return that right after a touchdown that you scored, that you finally wrestled some momentum back away from the Cowboys, you give it right away because he takes it back from you. Okay, you didn't give it away. He snatched it away from you. And this almost went to the house. And that's the type of return man that Dwayne Harris is. He's such a dynamic force for the Cowboys, whether it's a punt or a kickoff. This guy will take it 9 yards deep and make you pay. He's such a force back there on kickoffs and on punts. I'm afraid. I respect this guy for what he is, and he's a playmaker. And he made a play here, set the Cowboys up in prime real estate. 2 plays later, Dez Bryant catches the football, stops on a dime on the sidelines. 2 line defenders crash into each other. He runs down the sideline. They're not gonna get him. Cowboys back up by 10, 27-17. So just when you thought that the Cowboys had this one, just when you thought it was safe, Hammers to Megatron! Huge catch helps generate Lions TD drive. Bush scores on a 1-yard TD run. It's 27-24. Man, was that a heck of a catch or what? And we saw a little bit of that the week prior against Cincinnati. Triple coverage in the end zone. He goes up, snatches it down. This time, double coverage. And Matthew Stafford just threw this one up. And, man, did he go and climb the ladder or what? It was beautiful. He went up just like this. Man, oh, man, I tell you. Heavens to Megatron! That guy is an animal. He's a beast. And there's nothing you can do about that. Absolutely nothing you can do about 6'5", 235, 42-inch vertical, 4'4", 4'3", 40. There's nothing you can do about that. He's got the total package, and the Cowboys found that out. I mean, whew! Words can't even explain what this guy did in this football game. So I'm just going to move on. Dan Bailey connects from 44 yards to extend the lead to 30-24 after the Cowboys put together a mini drive. And so now the Lions got to have it. They absolutely need a touchdown to win this game. We're winding it down. We're getting late into the fourth quarter. They get the football. They go for it on fourth down. They do not get it to the Detroit Lions. So now it looks like this game is probably going to be over. Lions only have 2 timeouts left. Cowboys, they basically got this game in hand because even if they punt the football back with only 2 timeouts left, they're going to milk this thing down to probably about 24 seconds and then punt them the football back with no timeouts and the full length of the field. You need a touchdown in front of you. I just don't know if the Lions would be able to complete a comeback. So this one looks like it's all but over. But, huge penalty by Tyron Smith. And this was a huge penalty for a number of reasons. And the fact that it was third down, Lions have already used both of their timeouts. They've exhausted all of their options at this point. Now they need a miracle. And Tyron Smith provided them with the miracle that they needed because if he doesn't commit this penalty, Cowboys are going to run it on third down, which they did. He committed holding on this play. They're going to punt the football with about 24 seconds left. Lions will get it deep in their own territory and have to go the length of the field with no timeouts. Not going to happen. This game is over. Instead, he gets a holding penalty. Lions decline, but the clock must stop on a penalty. They decline it, so now instead of them getting the football back with 24 seconds, they get the football back with 1 minute and 1 second remaining on the clock. Huge break for the Lions. Huge mistake by the Dallas Cowboys. That's the kind of mistake that cost you a football game. So after that penalty, the Lions go on an improbable drive. First, Stafford to Durham. I mean, this was a beautiful throw. This was a beautifully executed play. Stafford rolls out to his right. As he's off balance, he flings it across his body to a streaking Durham down the sideline. I mean, this pass was so beautiful. It threaded the needle. And if you're the Cowboys, how do you allow the ball to be caught in the one place that you can't allow a pass to be completed? Along the sidelines. Now, look, you can't defend the perfect pass. You can't do it. But you also have the ability to stop anyone from catching a pass down the sidelines. Look, if they want something over the middle, be my guest. You do not let them complete a pass down the sidelines and allow them to tiptoe right out of bounds. And that's what they did on this play. Durham with a smooth catch along the sidelines and goes out of bounds. That's a double whammy. That's the best of both worlds for the Lions. Huge gain, and you stop the clock. The very next play, Stafford throws another gorgeous pass, this time to Megatron. Calvin Johnson down to the 1 yard line. He takes a shot, but we're talking 260. Excuse me, we're talking 6'5", 235. He's not dropping the football. Try again. And I was surprised that he couldn't stretch it over the end zone and get the touchdown, but with the way that he had to stretch out to catch it and the impact that he took, he's just lucky to hold on to it. So that was a big boy catch. That was a grown man catch. And we're talking about the best receiver in the National Football League. I mean, what can you do? Again, 14 catches, 329 yards. No, I did not stutter. 14 catches, 329 yards. What do you do with that? We're approaching NFL records here, folks. Unbelievable what he did in this game. He put the Lions on his back. Said, don't worry about it. I can transform. I can transform. It's a Megatron! And that's what he did. Big play down to the 1 yard line, and this was the most gutsy, beautiful, smart, heady play. I mean, all rolled into one. Stafford is waving everybody down frantically. Come on, hurry up. Get down here. Let's spike it. Let's spike it. He's yelling. Spike it. Spike it. Come on. Hurry up. Hurry up. Everybody sets up. Cowboys kind of relax because he's yelling out spike, spike, spike. They're not expecting him to just go ahead and dive over the top. And he gets the football after it's snapped, and he stretches it over. Cowboys try to push him back over, but it's too late. Ball has already cracked that line. It's a touchdown. And the place goes bananas. I go bananas because I just watched a thrilling finish. And of course, I want the Cowboys to lose. My Redskins are struggling right now, and the only thing holding us together, the only hope that we have is that this division continues to be porous. And the team leading the division, Dallas Cowboys, need them to lose. And so, this game was huge, and it kept me in this football pool that I was in. I felt like I had a shot. And these are the type of wins you need if you're going to win a football pool. And so, this game, so many emotions for me. I can only imagine how the Lions felt. This was a fabulous game, and that was the perfect ending to a game that the Cowboys had absolutely no business winning. They were thoroughly dominated. Do you understand? Listen to what I'm about to say, because I don't know if you can put this in its proper perspective or not, but the Lions had over. Listen to me. Look at my lips. Listen to the sounds coming out of my mouth. The Lions had over 600 yards of total offense in this game. Okay? 600 yards of total offense. Most teams don't combine in an NFL game for 600 total yards of offense. The Lions did it by themselves in this game. That's how dominant they were offensively. But the turnovers kept the Cowboys in this game. And honestly, credit must be given to this Lions defense, because you continuously find yourself on the field because your offense keeps turning the football over, and you have to come out and make stands over and over and over again. This Lions offense put this defense in bad positions all game long, and they continue to respond. And this Lions team showed a lot of moxie, a lot of guts, a lot of poise, because down 10 in the final stages of this game, 4 turnovers, you can't get right. You find a way to battle back. You catch a break with the Tyron Smith penalty. If not for that Tyron Smith penalty, you don't win this game. No doubt about it. But you catch a break and you take advantage of that break. For as many breaks as you gave to the Cowboys and they didn't take advantage of it, you got that one break that you needed at the end, and you took full advantage of it. What a game. What a finish. And look, this Des Bryant meltdown, I think I'm going to do a separate video on that, because I've heard so many different responses, so many different takes on how people have perceived it and their opinions on what it means and what he was doing and his passion and yada, yada, yada. Now some clips have been released by the NFL Films crew about, what was being said on the sidelines. Everyone has their opinion. I have my own. I'm going to break this Des Bryant meltdown thing down myself. Everybody's talking about it. I might as well throw in my 2 cents as well. So I'll do a separate video on that. But what a game. Lions get it done, 31-30 in dramatic come-from-behind fashion. Again, they dominated this football game. They deserved to win this game. And the Cowboys, not that they didn't deserve to win, because they made plays. Romo and the offense, they started to heat up at the end, but they weren't consistent in this game. They didn't do enough to win this game. The Lions had dominated this game from start to finish, yet they didn't have what was necessary to show that you dominated, which is a W at the end, until they got it done at the very end of this game. And so, wow, what an exhilarating game this was. Cowboys fall to 4-4 in the season. Lions elevate their record to 5-3, and that was a huge win. With the Packers playing such good football, with the Bears on a bye week. We know the Vikings are struggling. You needed this one. You need to keep pace with the Packers. You haven't seen them yet this season. You want to be able to keep pace so that if they slip up or if you get them and you can beat them, you'll be right there to try to take this division away from them. Because honestly, I feel like the Bears, without Cutler, and they're talking about him potentially coming back a little sooner than we initially thought, I'm not sure about the Bears. You already took them out at home. You've got their number right now. Got to go to Soldier Field and see if you can get another one with them. But I feel like you've got a chance in this division. And games like this are ones you got to have. And you were able to get it for the Cowboys. Tough break. Again, Eagles lose. Redskins lose. Giants, I don't think you need to worry about the Giants, even though they're only 2 games back. Forget about them. That's a bad football team playing bad football, beating bad teams in the process. If you're the Cowboys, you had a chance to really put a stranglehold on this division. I mean, with how bad this division is, you get to 5 wins at this point. Everybody else is 3 or lower and struggling at that. Man, you could have really done some serious damage and put some serious separation between you and everyone else in the division. Now with this loss, you've allowed everyone to stay afloat, and you're right back to the pack with everybody else in this morbidly bad NFC East. So huge win for the Lions. Tough break for the Cowboys. Oh, man, what a game. What a finish. And what a way to wrap up week number 8 in the National Football League. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here in the Lab Room. I thank you for joining me. That's the last game of week number 8 for me in my breakdowns, and what a game it was. I saved the best for last, and this was by far the best matchup of week number 8. Now we're going to get into the Lab Room, and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. You know how this goes. I'll break it all down. I'll see you on Tuesday with the Tuesday edition of In the Lab Room. And stay tuned for the Dez Bryant meltdown that's coming to you shortly. I've got to talk about it. It's a hot topic right now, and I got my 2 cents, and so I'm going to chime in. But I'll see you a little bit later. Thanks for joining me here in the Lab Room.